Hi guys and welcome to Motor Scotty. Have you ever looked at your RCZ and thought, it's great to drive. It looks gorgeous from the outside. It looks great from the inside. But when I look at the autoradio, it's really starting to show its age. No? Well, I have. I wanted an update. A new radio that has all of nowadays gadgets like
Touchscreen, state-of-the-art satellite navigation, general Android-based app connectivity, DAB radio, rear-view camera, etc. And on top of that, looks like it's original. So this is what I found on eBay. It's from China and doesn't really have a specific brand I could find. All I know is that it's based on the Lollipop 5.1 Android version. It's specifically made for the RCZ, the same generation 308, and the Chinese 408. It's surrounded by a gloss black frame that matches the original center console perfectly. You'll find the link in the description to the UK-based company where I ordered it online. Just for your information, the DAB antenna and the rear view camera are optional and were not included in the standard kit. So this is basically a hint for what's to come in the future. Now let's start the installation. For this installation, you're gonna need the following tools and parts: the audio radio itself, the CAN bus cable set with the CAN bus box and linkage to the car's harness, the multimedia cable set to connect all kinds of additional video, audio and camera inputs, the GPS antenna, the radio adapter. So bear in mind that for the RCZ, you'll need to provide yourself with an additional adapter to connect the two radio antennas. This adapter is not included in this set. You need a so-called twin FAKRA or FAKRA adapter. If you're installing this in the European 308 or the Chinese 408 of the same generation, the single radio adapter provided in this kit will fit. Further on, you need a T12 Torx screwdriver, a small Phillips screwdriver, and a set of U-shaped radio removing clips. Last but not least, you'll need a small saw. Right, first of all, make sure your car is turned off. Put the car in fourth gear to have enough space to remove everything. Lift out the rubber tray of the center console. To remove the ashtray, just pull it out and simultaneously hold its release lever down. Remove the two Torx T12 screws that hold the climate control cover in place. Be very careful not to let them drop behind the dashboard and never to see them again until the end of days. Pull the cover out. Remove the following 4 Torx T12 screws, then unclip the element by pushing the upper side to the middle and then inwards to get access to the storage block. To remove that one, you need to push in the respective clips and pull it out at the same time. There's one on either side. It's a bit fiddly, but just be patient. On to the last element, the actual radio. This is where you need the two U-shaped radio removing clips. Push them in with the notch facing the inner sides. Once they click in, push them outwards and pull the entire radio out. To remove the tools from the radio, push them towards the center to release them from the clip first. Now disconnect the main cable harness and the two radio antenna cables. Now comes the point of no return. In order to accommodate the new car radio, we need to section the supporting plastic bar. This is why we're going to connect the radio first to check whether it's working properly. Prepare the entire kit. Connect the main harness to the CAN bus and then to the radio. Plug in the radio adapter to the existing radio. Plug in the GPS antenna. On a side note, since there's already a hole between the center console and the glove compartment, I passed the cable through there into the glove compartment. Put a stripe of double-sided tape on the GPS receiver and positioned it in the far end of the glove box. Before you use the auto radio, make sure to remove the two top Phillips screws that are only there to stabilize the CD system while in transport. Now take a saw and remove the plastic support bar in the middle. You will also have to saw off all of the 8 plastic bumps on the side of the console to fully introduce the new auto radio. To remove the upper ones, unclip the top instrument cluster with the hazard light button. Don't worry, as long as you keep the support bar and glue it back on, you can always go back to the original setup. Now clean off any sawdust and put everything back in reverse order. All the additional cables and the CAN bus adapter fit nicely in the right side of the center console. Et voilà! Job done! Doesn't this look neat? So here's a warning. When you plug in the main harness to the other end of the car and wonder whether you should remove these two blue plastic strips, please don't. Just plug it in. If you can't resist the temptation to do it anyway, this is what's gonna happen. As soon as you put the ignition on, you will blow up a fuse, stop the radio from working, and all kinds of warning messages will light up. So listen guys, you've been warned. Apart from sewing off the plastic support structures, this is a complete plug-and-play setup.
So there we are, everything is installed. And now I'd love to show you everything about this Android autoradio. But instead, I'm not gonna do it just right now. No, I'm gonna prepare another video where I'll go in depth into all the functionalities and configurations of this system. Last but not least, I'd like to give a big thanks to Sarah, whose participation allowed me to get this system in the first place. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, until next time.